Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Laurel from in Chicago. This video is my rewind plan with me for the week of January 11th through January 17th, which is today when I'm recording. I just showed you the kit that I'm using for this week. This is a throwback from Little Miss Paperie. She took a break while I think she was moving, and recently came back and reopened her shop. And I just I'm on a mission of kind of to actually use up my planner kits instead of hoarding them, buying a bunch of new kits. So I went back into my stash and I found this kit that I had bought maybe like a year ago, and I wanted to use it for this week. So Little Miss Paperie came back and reformatted her kits, so it's not totally the same as you're seeing it now, but I really appreciate a lot of the elements that she has in her kits, like these little icons signed with the typography, and little icons are so fun. So this is me just setting down the base. This is always a kind of just a satisfying part to watch, but there's not much to say while it's happening. Well, I chose these header overlays for the week. I don't normally use header overlays, and I don't normally use this much foil either that you'll see in this plan with me, but I don't know, I just wanted to spice it up. I actually really love using silver foil during the winter time because I feel like it really simulates that like snowy sparkle that's fun. So that's what I was doing here. And then I'm putting down my date covers. I guess I'll just chat a little bit while this is happening. I'm trying to upgrade my planning setup. As you can see, I've finally figured out the cropping so that nothing else is showing while I'm planning. I have this microphone that I'm using. Brian actually dug it up from there, like, oh, here, I have this Blue Yeti microphone, and I was like, what, since when? Well, I have it. The only issue I'm noticing is that it sometimes has little dropouts where just like a half a second of audio that I'm saying gets clipped out. If anyone knows what that's about, I would love any pointers. I can also try to figure it out on my own. So I'm slowly but surely trying to upgrade my planning setup to actually make better quality videos for you all. Always happy to take feedback. I'm not, really trying to make this channel really big or anything. I just wanted to have a little bit more fun this year and just put our content into this community that I just really love. I noticed in my video that I just recorded voiceover for that I use a lot. I'm gonna try to, appear more confident and not second guess myself so much. I didn't realize how much I pause when I talk. So if that bothers you, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. All right, so I'm just finishing up adding some deco pieces. I love these little sparkly hollow snowflakes in the Scribble Prints Co. Wiggle like snowflake format. Those are really fun. All right, so we're finally gonna get into the week. When I plan, I have a bunch of binders all around, and so you'll see me kind of flipping through them, trying to find stuff. It's kind of always a mess every time. I think I took a while trying to figure out how I wanted to do this like left corner situation. I wanted, to put the month there, and then I was like, oh, I want to add a little deco border underneath, and then I decided against it, and then I was trying to find something else, and I didn't like that there. Honestly, I probably should have just cut this part out because it's just me being indecisive and going back and forth, but decided on the first thing that I was going to do anyway. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should layer it with some foil scallops. And you see me testing out a bunch, and then I don't like how it looks. So I just didn't do it at all. And this is pretty typical of how I might plan sometimes. All right, so on Monday, the first thing I did was I typically work from like 9 to 5 on Mondays. It's pretty much the only day that I work like a standard work day, so to speak. So I start seeing clients at 9. I think I had a break around 11 and then picked back up at 12:30. And then I had a staff meeting at 2:30, which was our case consultation meeting. And that's when we all just get together and talk through any just clinical issues that are coming up, anything that we might need help in. And then I finished the day with one more session. And then I came downstairs and I cooked dinner. Luckily, Brian does a lot of the cooking, but in my last plan with me, I talked about this, but the ER with some abdominal pain, and it was totally, it wasn't a major issue. It wasn't anything that required surgery, and they were able to be discharged with some painkillers. It meant they were more uncomfortable this week, so I took on cooking, and then we watched The Bachelor, and so that was a fun time. Love my Monday night Bachelor. On Tuesday morning, the first thing I usually do is group supervision, and then I have a little bit of a break from 10 to 12, and I pick up seeing clients at 12 o'clock. This was a heavier day. A lot of, I had clients kind of processing stuff from the riots the week before. So I was just kind of pooped out afterwards. I was like, oh man, it's been a whole week since the insurrection. And I am, tired. So I relaxed afterwards with some Queen's Gambit. I mentioned in my last video that I decided to finally give this show a go and started watching with Brian, and we really like it. By this point, by the time I'm filming this, I already had finished because we just took on an episode a day. After that, I FaceTimed my sister and then painted my nails. And I think I watched some like Schitt's Creek or something. On Wednesday, I wake up and I have therapy early in the morning, and then after that, I think I tried to work out. I typically work out to Blogilates, which is a YouTube channel, and she's doing this 21-day challenge where you're supposed to work out every day for 21 minutes for 21 days. I have not been working out every day, but she has been putting out a bunch of fun new videos as a part of the challenge, so I'm doing those. Workout, I think this was the day that the impeachment proceedings were happening, so I decided to do a little bit of that on the news while I cooked lunch, and honestly I was just like, this is kind of a waste of time because these Congress people are just yelling back and forth about things that we've already decided. Like the people present have already decided how they're going to vote, and everyone only had like 30 seconds, and it was just mayhem. And then I had a really fun call with one of our new interns in the afternoon. Part of my kind of secondary role at my practice is just making connections with people on staff, making sure that everyone feels welcome. So we brought on 2 new interns this month, and so I just wanted to chat with them, make sure that they felt welcome, gave them a chance to get to know me, and that was really fun. Okay, wow, we're speeding along. Moving on to Thursday, I did a bunch of chores in the morning. I did the laundry, I cleaned up some parts of the room and did dishes, and then I think I just relaxed for the morning until I started work. Then after work, I watched an episode of Gambit. Brian was feeling better by this day, so they cooked dinner, which was really nice, and so we just relaxed with chili and watched an episode of The Queen's Gambit. And then that night, I spent a bunch of time on TikTok. I don't normally spend that much time on TikTok, but just laid in bed and watched some with Brian and before we went to sleep, so that was nice. Friday morning, I think the first thing I tried to do was work out. Yeah, that was pretty much the first thing. And then I had a couple of work stuff to do. I did a bunch of screening interviews. So another role that I have, when we're in the process of hiring myself and one other person, we do screening interviews where we just spend like 20 minutes talking to the candidates, asking a couple of basic questions just to see if they're a good fit and whether we should move them along to, the long interviews. And I think after that, I had another call with an intern. And then I spent a bunch of time trying to schedule a vaccination appointment, actually. I had gotten some instructions in my email from a nearby hospital, but the instructions were missing some vital information that would actually allow me to make an account on their website and, schedule an appointment. So I finally got in touch with their customer service and I was able to schedule an appointment for next week. So exciting. That night we finished the last episode of The Queen's Gambit. A good show. I honestly was just marveling at how many kind of tropes that they dismantled. It was a really feminist show. I think my friend Nina was talking about how there are a lot of shows where women just are in subservient positions, and if they, even if they spend time in the show kind of rising in the ranks, they're still depicted as lesser than. And I just really appreciate that in The Queen's Gambit, Beth just kicks ass and is really confident about it. And yeah, and people kind of pretty quickly realize that she is, she's great. That night, Friday night, Brian actually went to get their first vaccine. They were able to snag an appointment the same day once they realized that they actually were eligible. They had no HR just to make sure, because they're actually a researcher for the hospital system. But I think they're just really trying to vaccinate the entire employee population, which I guess makes sense. Saturday, I would kind of through the most notable thing on Saturday was that I bought the new M1 MacBook Air. I'm saving up for quite a few months for that laptop, and I'm really excited. I've been using an iPad for work for a while. I honestly am, I think I need a laptop, so that was exciting. And then Sunday, which was today, I cut Brian's hair in the morning, and then they cut mine, so we got our fresh new do's. Honestly, the first time we go into hair salon, the hairdresser is gonna be, what have you both done to your hair? Why? Then I worked out, took a walk, and then I filmed videos, did this voiceover, and I'm planning to just relax for the rest of the evening. And here I just finding the script stickers I need to fill out the rest of this day, and just some deco flourishes as well. And then I'm going to flip over this planner. First I'm going to show you how many stickers I have left. There's quite a bit left. I'm going to flip over and fill out my meals for the week, and also track the days I exercise and my no spend days in the sidebar. I don't always fill out the sidebar. Sometimes I just forget to, and that's why it's often in my photos. But yeah, here I am just giving you a pan over of the finished spread. Thank you so much for joining me today, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more. Have a lovely week. Bye.